not gonna look at that little double bottom right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So let's jump to 4 hour.
I'm not going to jack that that pullback going all the way back down to like 30.
Or so yeah, we was talking about this potential double bottom and how I was explaining that second bottom never really goes down to, that the lowest level of the first one, and they usually reverse from there. So we had the reversal, but again, we have other resistances to. These were short-term resistances that we were breaking through, which is fine. But you have the major ones that you want to see break above and settle. So we got the harsh rejection, but again, support around here, around these levels, right? So we can safely say for now, this is a solid support area, at the very least on the short term, So we can just kind of mark this area out. Now, we're attempting again to break in. Again, here we have a smaller double bottom or W pattern. And the rule of thumb is that you have to break above that middle point, for it to kind of seem valid. We got up to it and it seems like we're pulling back. And this is on the 4 hour. So, it's a lot of data there. So my thing is I'm waiting for the pullback to around this area to see if we get support on the EMAs, which is near our $40,000 area anyway. So that's the pullback that I'm looking at and seeing, do we get support here? If we break through it, then I'm looking at the support starting around here, that 38,000, but you got the ultimate support down here as we've seen from last examples. But yeah, for right now is just seeing how it plays around the moving averages for sure. A lot of traders trade that. So, we'll see. On the daily, again, that pump we had overall was just getting us. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. Like, we're still within this range per se. Like once you start looking at it on a larger perspective, we really haven't gone anywhere. It's like similar to this move, and they got rejected quickly in about 5 days in a week. So could we be seeing just some more of this consolidation coming through, or will we get support on the CMA to continue moving up? If we look at our volume profile down here, doesn't look too good.
Yeah. So the volume profile doesn't look good?
Nah, not really, because we're below average, and that's on the daily. If we look at the 4 hour,
matter of fact, I just peeped it because I just seen around February. Like when I had that big pop around February. If you slide over to the right there.
Yeah. So you see where that high volume comes in and price just breaks above all of them. Now, we didn't really go anywhere then either. You exactly. See this resistance up here, this zone per se, you can see from the wicks and rejections. So we're just in this little zone right now. Nothing's really moving or trending upwards, as we would have thought in a bull market. We're consolidating really. You can still make money within the zone. It's a huge ass fucking zone. We have smaller resistances here that we were talking about earlier. So for the zone stuff. Now you're starting to get an idea of where this thing could go. And again, it seems like the pivot area is in the middle of this zone around our EMAs and around that 40K psychological level. Anyway, of where this thing could go. So, damn, Reap, the echo. What was that?
Nah, Instagram video. Get people to start talking in stocks and cryptos.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and promote what Wooty Woo tag me and all that. But
Of course, brother.
either way, appreciate it. Here, I mean, right now it's looking a little bearish on that.
Yeah, like, see, that's what like would be scaring me, and I'll be having to learn how to take my profits and just wait for the retest or the pullback. It's right there, that zone.
Exactly.
Right there, that zone. That 42, that 4,200. I mean 42,000 zone right there.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is like, all right, that's a clear rejection. That's definitely not a bull flag. That joint just like is gonna go straight down to the EMAs. And then if it doesn't hold right there, which it doesn't hold when it goes down to around 40,000, it's just gonna say woo all the way back down to 37. Try to make that around strong support.
And shoot up.
And shoot up.
Hopefully shoot up. Like,
yeah. I call that area like right there, but the EMAs. I always call that like no man's land right up in there.
That's exactly what the fuck I call it too. No man's land. Because that's your pivot. That's where you do your analysis. Again, your buy here, your target there, take out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sit and wait to see where retest and such rebounds. Because I mean, shit, if you're ever so bold, you can even take it down. But I don't play that because there's not enough meat on the bones if it does pivot from the EMAs or whatever. And especially with Bitcoin in general, it would try to break this a couple times and then finally take a dump. So I'm not trying to, get stopped out or whatever. But nonetheless, you just trade the zones and take the profits, get out and wait. You wait to see where you're going to get your retests, your re-entries, whatever, and just go from there. But yeah, I see we got two new people in here. Adam, Shaden, what's up, y'all? Y'all can definitely unmute and chat if y'all got any questions or don't understand something. I'd like to hear from y'all and see what y'all don't understand. All right. Eve been moving a little bit the same, a little bit crazy. It's pretty much the same thing though. And I'm gonna take away the EMAs because they're all saying the same thing. But this could still turn out to be bullish, just the same as Bitcoin. We have our same short-term zones that price have to break above. It's the same ugly ass double bottom pattern, as you can see. We are getting rejected from the middle of that W, right? And usually, so yeah, they both did this. You have a larger double bottom pattern and they have this smaller double bottom pattern, right? A double bottom within a double bottom. So we can look at possible support around this area, right? Which is the middle of the smaller time frame double bottom, right? And we have some activity there too. It's close enough to the bottom of our range, which sorry, is the 618 area from our Fibonacci retracements. And I wouldn't be too surprised if the EMAs were around that area too. So lots of confluence, in my opinion, here where price could possibly pull back, find some support, and continue on. Again, these ranges are different and could be much larger. Like, for example, for Bitcoin, it was a larger range, right? It still had that EMA as that midpoint between, this top, this ultimate bottom here, right? Which would be equivalent to Bitcoin's 30K. So if we see some of the same, they do move in pairs. So you see some of the moves start to develop in one, just peek back over for the other, things of that nature. Um, the other thing too that I forgot to mention on the Bitcoin side is that we are putting in lower highs. So here to here to here, technically they're there too, right? And I mean, if we take this trend per se, right, and follow our lower highs, you could say we did break out of that trend, but we all can see that this is lower than where this is. But the thing is, if you look at it from this perspective, though, we could be pulling back to reach the top of this lower high downtrend that we're in, because right where it is, we had that rejection, that small rejection right there, right? And again, this is on the 4 hour, so this is a lot of data that's coming in. So traders were playing this downtrend here, but things were a bit bullish and shot through. Now, I love to look at my volume profile on things. So if we're looking at right here, we had slightly above average, volume coming in. Nothing crazy, right? Like we were seeing it throughout this little uptrend here, slightly above average, volume coming in. That's pumping up the price. But again, I'd like to see this trend continue upwards, especially once we come up to some resistance. Just like gas pedal in your car. Like if you're not pressing it coming up to a speed bump, you're probably not going to make it over it. So it's the same concept. This is like the fuel, the gas for the move, and there's not enough gas here to get above this resistance, the speed bump, however you want to look at it. Um, and so I can clearly and safely say, hey, I'm a short this, and watch for the rejection. Now, you then start to look for your targets down below. All right, price got rejected here. Where could it fall to and get caught on? Find some support. And obviously, we have some zones marked out. And yeah, we have all the confluences that we talked about. The EMAs, the green boxes here represent the 6.6 and 6.18 fib retracements, also down here, but on the downside, the reversal. So we have a lot of confluence stating that we might get caught right here. Lastly, it's around the 2,800 psychological price point, right? Similar to Bitcoin's $40,000 that we were looking at on the last chart. So more of the same. It's a sit and wait game. It's the weekend, so not much trading is happening. Markets do open at 5 today, but I don't, this move might really happen around maybe Tuesday into Wednesday. I'll see how things open on Monday and how it influences the crypto markets. But nonetheless, it's looking more the same. The only difference from back here and here, our averages like this 50 EMA actually broke above the 200. I'd like to see the 128 break above the 200, which is the white line, and go from there. And after doing all that regular analysis, I'll throw in, the rack system, which kind of just puts all this into one and see what I'm getting from it. Now, again, Rack's system isn't 100% accurate because I can't just 100% go off of EMAs and moving averages. I have to still look at the price structure and still, see where my resistances and zones are. Still taking the volume into account because, again, we don't have that volume to get over this resistance, and it's a major resistance that has caused a violent pullback in the past, then I'm not gonna bet that, hey, this is the time we're gonna shoot through it. Like, I'm gonna take everything into account and make a strategic fucking plan. Now, if we jump into the smaller time frames, looking at the 30-minute or so, like, we have little to no volume up there. You see how this just drop off the cliff, pretty much. Like it, we're expecting some type of a pullback or some type of, um, for that resistance to really carry out. Because shoot, we're not even getting any interest, any inflows, nothing, any trading, full volume trading that's happening up here. And I'm sure there's lots of liquidity up here, meaning lots of people selling at these prices. You need the buyers to eat up all those sales and continue, to shoot the price up in a sense. So it's not looking like it's going to happen right now. I mean, we do have that pullback that we're in at the moment. I don't quite see us reversing from here. I mean, it definitely can happen. Like at the very least, touching that at 200, or even lower, like I said, to that trend line, and then having a quick rebound up. We've seen that happen a couple times. So that's. I got any questions or whatever on this, or see something different? Because that's all I see off of this. It's just cool. This was some nice consolidation with a proper break above, like this move along, nice little profit to the zone, 17%. That ain't bad in 4 days. Sure, it was less. So yeah, you just take your little 20%, wait for the pullback, do it all over again. Manage your risk and all right, add shit to it. All right, I'm gonna show y'all how, like, see how many things are in this overall pattern. Yeah, everybody was trying to get some ape coin, and then that thing dumped. It's crazy how, like, I'm low key mad I ain't get a ape when it came out and shit like that. But like, I love to see what went down. Yeah, you could request a coin, Adam. Just drop it in the chat. But I love to see what went down from, because like, think about it, when the apes first came out, it was like $200 to get one. $200 literally changed a lot of people's lives. With the airdrop on the ape tokens, I think they got like 10,000 of them or something. If you own for every ape that you own, um, you know, at the top, I think it reached close to $20, like 200K off an airdrop from a $200 photo you bought, a year and a half, 2 years ago now, right? And that's what's up. And now this other dude done created a restaurant off of that shit. Like, The shit crazy. Oh, I guess it was that you was thinking about, Adam. I got you. I got you. But nonetheless, like, yeah, homie created a whole restaurant. I think it's called Eight Burgers or some shit like that out in California. I'm gonna take a trip there, see how them shit's rocking, because it's gonna bring the interest and notoriety, like just from the popularity of just NFTs and all that. Like, homie would just get people coming in there just because, and depending on how he do things, shoot, he could just create a NFT for his restaurant off of the ape thing, and buy a meal, have a chance to win an NFT, or he create some shit. Like, the sky's the limit. Yeah, he could make his whole rewards program like how they have at fucking Starbucks or whatever. You can make that be an NFT in itself. Sky's the limit, like on how this motherfucker could make hella money from this business, and he ain't even really got to sell any fucking burgers. Like, for real, for real. Because it could be a situation where, hey, you own this NFT, and it gives you special, free fries or whatever, like special perks or whatever when you come in. That'll be valuable to someone else that might want to come in and get free items or whatever every other day, and he's earning from the resales and getting royalties off of it. That's lit. So hella businesses can happen. Sky's the limit. Let's talk ApeCoin, because my man Adam really wanted to break it down. All right, so Pete, I did hop into this when it dropped on, I think it dropped on Gemini first, because I don't like swapping my ETH for shit. I'm sorry. Like, my ETH is way too valuable. And yeah, I'll look at Cardano afterwards, because I'm invested in Cardano and like that project. Shit, I've been in it since fucking 4 cents, and been buying that in XLM for a while. But a lot of people just felt like it hasn't done anything like everything else, and that's cool. That's cool. Shit, should have got in at the right time. Like, it's everything, motherfuckers. Damn, because that shit still made me hella money. But nonetheless, we can take a look at ApeCoin. So yeah, when it dropped and it provided that liquidity, or the ability for people to just buy it freely, I'm just like, all right, cool. Put in $100 into it. Just let that rock, because I know it wasn't. I never really buy coins when they first drop, but this is different. It's almost like a ICO or IPO for an NFT. Like that's brand fucking new. So I knew the hype was gonna be there, and we saw the hype off of it. And as expected, people are gonna take profits, especially because of that airdrop. I gotta fully look into it. I don't know if it's a vested airdrop where they can't sell, or I think they got all of it at once, because I think they just claim it and shit was just worth that much. So some of those ape members definitely, want to take their profits. Shit, I would. Um, let's see what this looks like, but I don't really want to take it from there. Let's take it from this point. Let me do some markups real quick. So what I'm doing right now is just taking the fibs from the high point, pulling it all the way down to the low point. We don't have much data per se, because obviously this just came out, and I'm taking the Gemini chart, because came out on Gemini first for like liquidity and all that. And as expected, you see lots of liquidity at the 618 and 66 area, fib area. Then just for the rectangle, let's go ahead and reverse it so we could get our bottom zone, and as expected, right where the fuck we are. So these are really our two zones right now, from this move, this pump that already happened. Not much data, so gotta go on lower time frames. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can already see what I see. First and foremost, yeah, we had the pump, and even with the pump here, and of course, you can mark these smaller zones. Like, just think of it as a stair step. All right, like I like to take note on where it pulls back on, because that kind of tells me where the step is. Like, imagine if this was your leg going up a step, like, it would come down to where the step is, and like, whatever. I think of this shit differently from most people, just so I could put it in perspective. Like, I'll be on the highway, like thinking about investments while I drive. But anyway, we get this pump. What else we can do is actually just mark out with a horizontal line our limit. I know, I guess it did drop for, was that $20 on other exchange maybe? I'll take a look on if it dropped on Uniswaps first and see what it went up to. But yeah, when it dropped on Gemini, it was around $6 because I got in at about 750. But either way, we now have our two zones for this move. We got the pullback here, and again found support there. Uh, Shot up, and this here might even be the 6. This move, like you could even do it on smaller time frames. So same thing, pull back, find your resistance, and it's rejected off the 618. So same thing, continue, but around here we had a lot of consolidation, which is the 618 area for the big move, as um, I drew for y'all earlier. Lots of consolidation, sideways movement, liquidity, however you want to call it. It's all the same damn thing. Lots of people are trading and buying, selling at this particular price point until you know, we fell, rejected, lost that support. Um, the bottom of the zone, because it is a range per se, as you can see, right? From the top here to the bottom here, it's a range, and the trading is happening within that range. Once we lose the bottom of the range, though, then you now go find as an investor what that next range is below that price could possibly get caught on, and start trading sideways like it's doing now. The Like I showed y'all with the 6-6 and 618 fib thing, all I do is reverse it. And usually that bottom zone, it acts like a magnet. Whether it plays on top of the zone, within the zone, or at the bottom of the zone, it can reverse at any one of those points. The top line here is the 6-6 fib retracement, and the bottom one is the 618. Typically, it would range in between it. So I like to set my targets within those zones. So $10 sounds about right. Round psychological number two. That also plays a part into things. Don't ask me why, but I've seen that it does. But nonetheless, too, we also, confirmed from that first pump that this was an initial support area that the traders were utilizing. So it's only right in a sense. But for right now, yeah, I would look for things to consolidate. We might do one more drop. Like, you see how like it will consolidate and then do a big drop, right? And then consolidate, do a drop, consolidate, do a drop. We might have one more of those drops within here before we find some real support to continue to go up. Your first target is right here. Like, real simple. That's your first target. If you are like, I don't know if people are trading it actively or they're just buying and holding. For me, I'm just buying and holding this. It's very new, so it's going to be super volatile. So this will be the first zone that I go ahead and just put some buy limits, or even right now. I mean, it's not even too far off the price. I'll just buy within this range here, uh, and my target will be about $13. Now, oh, sorry, forgot I was still on this. Now, if we're looking for like long-term targets, because this is a good buy zone. Long-term targets, the fibs can help with that as well. We'll take the on move. So what I do is actually just put on the fib extensions. Um, the 1.618 is usually a safe, solid target, especially after you confirmed everything in terms of we're in a bull trend, we're breaking through zones, we have good volume, things of that nature. The target's typically the 618. So there's a group of traders out there that trade 618 to 618. Sorry guys, I'm on my laptop. I should have put this on my desktop, and so it's a little wonky. I'm trying to reset for the volume. Make this a little larger. I'll jump on
But
that.
you be running through trading view smoother than me.
What happened?
I said you be running through trading view smoother than me on the laptop.
I mean, it's levels to this shit, week. So nah, this is difficult though. Like it's much better with my thing. But nonetheless, like you guys can see the downtrend in the volume anyway. It's just trending to a low right now. Um, it's not necessarily a bad thing to see low volume at supports. All right. It's not necessarily a bad thing to see low volume at supports, because you could see high volume, but it's selling volume, right? Selling pressure. You get big red candles to, dump the price pretty much. So for example, up here, we're consolidating. I mean, you could technically say it was still around the support and we had very low volume until we got high volume of selling pressure and we dropped all the way down to the next zone and we're low volume. We're still low volume with it. We still got a little dump on the real smaller time frame or whatever, but things are looking bearish because we don't have any volume coming in to push the price like how we had back here. Back here, but it just dropped. Everybody want to get it. Da 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 da. Shot the price all the way up. As soon as we got to up here, volume started to falter down. That's why I like to put this this line on here. That's the average line. It'll I'll just take a quick look. Are we above average or below it? Especially if we're coming up to a resistance, I like to see above average. Of course, we don't know that we didn't know that this was resistance or things will reverse here. This is brand new. Again, once you get to all-time highs and making new highs, this is also no man's land because you don't know where things will reverse from. So that's why I do fib extensions, because other traders are in the same boat as you. They don't know where the reversal is going to happen, so they pick a target, a arbitrary target. Most of the time, it's fib extensions. There are other fib extensions in the in between that are used, like the 1.272. But typically, small target there, and second target, the ultimate target at the 1618. So especially when you get to all-time highs, do use your extensions to figure out where other people are looking, for targets, and go from there. But ultimately, for this coin, it's at a consolidation point. It might drop a little bit to $10. $10 is definitely a good buy-in. If we do lose that support there, I always try to give a couple targets. All right, so it obviously dropped at $6.5. Well, let's call it that. And of course, psychological numbers, like round numbers, are psychological levels. So always keep those in mind. So $10 to $9, simple, right? But in terms of looking at the structure of the trading, it's hard to tell with this one because there's not much trading that happened there in the history because the shit just dropped. But what am I looking for? I see this first little rejection here with the wicks, almost at the bottom of our zone. Pretty much is uh, 950. So yeah, it's not much, below that. You can look at this 950 range or $9 range, like I was saying before. And yeah, the rest of them are just psychological zones. So here you're looking at $8 with this little pump here, rejection and pullback. So those are your levels in the in between. But other than that, I mean, I think the sky's the limit on this coin for real because of all of the hype behind it. Like once we like it was very interesting to see, yes, a lot of NFT projects were rug pulls and scams and all that, but the NFT market itself was still kind of booming in this pullback. Um, I didn't see like some of the top projects really drop drastically like that. People are still holding strong with their floors. So like with those solid community projects, those are the ones you might want to invest, even if you're not fully in the community by holding an NFT. Shit, get the coin because if they're gonna use the coin for all the stuff that they're gonna do, because I heard about the comic book, the TV show, like the animated series, people doing individual stuff with their apes, like the restaurant, because they got the intellectual property rights to do so, then shit. I wonder if the dude in the restaurant gonna use ApeCoin to, you could purchase stuff within it with Ape token. I don't know. That's another way he could stack up on his Ape tokens, right? Like the sky is literally the limits with all this shit. And it's just based off of how creative you are with making a living or a business out of it and utilizing the hype around NFTs in general to make some bread out here. So that's my analysis on ApeCoin. Just took a little look at ADA. I be hating on my man Charles, He's just trying to do right by his people. Nah, I'm gonna say this one thing though, on the fucking record. That was the dumbest shit they did with making the language to smart contracts an unpopular coding language, even to the regular coding community. Don't nobody use that shit. I think it's Pascal that they're looking to use on their smart contracts. And like that was shit. I shouldn't have looked at the chat. I'm gonna ignore that question for now. But that I think was the dumb thing because like now all of the projects that are on like Ethereum or whatever, I don't know why I can't get this corner. All the projects that were on Ethereum and other layers that made the smart contracts, because like if you just put in perspective or keep in mind that all of this is just software and code, then a lot of this will make a lot more sense to y'all. They're not coins, they're code. So think of it like that. It's code. So it's coded on a server, on a computer, or on a blockchain, right? That's what that means. It's coded on a particular blockchain. So your token, let's say ape token, right? We just looked at. I'm sure they're not on their own blockchain right now. So they're coded on top of another blockchain like Ethereum or like Solana, right? So like you can find the same coin, the same code on different blockchains, quote unquote, servers, right? So if that's the case, fucking Cardano comes out with their blockchain and makes the code compatibility uncompatible. So now the code that I already created on Ethereum for my project, on Solana, et cetera, because they're compatible, whatever, real easy to convert. I now have to rewrite that whole code into this new language that don't nobody even use in the regular coding community. So I think that was part of why the fuck we're down here, because it was everybody was waiting for Cardano smart contracts and all that. They got NFTs and et cetera, metaverse, but the codes had to be rewritten to suit that. Okay. Shit, I don't like this chart because I need history with ADA, matrix. Yeah, there we go. Matrix, the longest standing exchanges. Yeah, these were the days, man, when nobody gave a fuck about crypto. It was just me and my lonesome. Shit is comical now, bro. So we'll do the same thing, but we're gonna take it for the whole move. This is on the weekly. Let's break this down. I'm gonna just mark these out. That's all. Real simple for now. And then I'm going to reverse this and some on this larger move. Okay. And what we're going to do from here, I actually want to mark out this top zone here. And I could mark this out, but I'm actually going to mark this out. So a little bit more relevant. Yeah, as my ultimate zone. So that's all I'm gonna do on a weekly. Jump into the daily. So it should just looks done up. Yeah, we could go to 31 cents. I guess we got a little, yeah, that's what it pivoted off of. All right.
How many more cryptos we going over?
Oh, my bad, Mr. Stockman.
No. I'm cool. I'm cool in the cryptos because I told you I'm about to slide. I'm about to slide in. I'm about to hop in.
Hop in the crypto.
Yep.
Oh. Why?
Say it again.
Why?
Why am I going to get in some crypto?
Yeah.
Because I miss it and I see everything about to start moving.
Because I miss it.
What you just said about Cardano was crazy.
Yeah. Sound like it's an ex-girlfriend or some shit.
I'm about to buy all the Ripple in the world. It's like, no, I'm playing with you.
We'll go back in the chat. All right, so Adrian asks about XRP. All right, Adrian. I'll talk about XRP.
NJ hates XRP.
Chill. Hate is a very strong word.
He just doesn't see the value in it. That's the difference.
Right. Uh, oh my, Blake. What am I, a monster?
Oh, I just listened closely to the part where you told me that they wouldn't be using the actual XRP for any of their actual products.
Oh, there you go. That's all the explanation that needed to be done. All right, let me finish with Cardano a little bit, just on a short term. All right, this shit looks. Thank God I took some profits at $3. God damn it, this shit looks pitiful. The funny thing is, I'm still up when you zoom out.
You're always going to be up if you got in at like 20 cents.
On the contrary, my boy, it was at 4 cents. If you're gonna get it wrong, get it wrong.
4 cents. Hey, either way, you're always going to be up with Cardano when you got in at that point.
Not necessarily, because we could go back to 4 cents.
Come on, they got a whole Africa behind them. Like, no, it's not going back down to 4 cents. They got a whole freaking nation of people depending on Cardano success.
Yeah, hit me.
What happened? Somebody else said something?
That was my fault. Supposed to meet the mic.
Oh, yeah. But now, yeah, you read on that front. Again, there's just that one little mistake, in my opinion, they made a fucking language for their smart contract. Because that's what everybody was waiting on. Smart contract, that's what this pump was all about. This here, smart contract, bro. It was almost like to the day when it dropped, like shit started pulling back. Sold at $3 because I was actually
Charles Hopkins runs his mouth too much.
Yeah.
More than he works.
Yeah, honestly, I need my mans to get back to the grind. All right, on the short term, I mean, fuck. Nah, we're not even gonna bounce up to that. Sheesh. Yeah, so you see this little wick down here, this whole little zone here. Yeah, we're getting rejected off that. I mean, we might touch 75 cents again. If we break below that, ultimate target is 31 cents, but there may be a few, short term, not really. There was barely any trading happening. So yeah, either you're near the bottom now at 75 cents or 31 cents is your bottom. That's the best that I got for you, my boy. I could look at this a different way. I kind of don't want to look at it that way. I feel like it's going to be worse than what we just talked about. Same way you could do, extensions to get targets on the upside. You can do so on the downside. Yeah, which doesn't make sense. 618. Let me. And the other targets. Yeah, so the 272 showing 5 cents. Yeah, that's around that bottom. So yeah, I think you're near the bottom now at 75 cents. If not, 31 cents is your target. And then you have all these other zones to go back up. So good luck.
So if you're saying your buy limit at like 50 cents, 75 cents?
So I don't know how much of a reversal we're going to get, like to get back to all-time highs, even on Bitcoin. Now I'm saying this just based off of past experience, but we're not in the same world anymore. So the way I'm looking at it is if we do break 75 cents, right now, like technically we found that support, we trended up, we could be reversing to front, as the retest all the way down to 80 cents before we continue up to $1. And then again, could get rejected by $1, supported at 90 cents to find some momentum breaking through. But that would require volume coming in and, interest for cryptos, all of that. Like just, I'll need to see something actually happen. And it doesn't help that the stock markets are crashing across the world.
Yeah. I feel like I still feel, even though the stock market looking a little bullish, I still feel that that recession coming.
No, for sure. Because
Give it after you say something like that.
what happened?
You got to give an explanation after you say something like that. Like what gives you the indication? I'm talking to that was talking about the recession.
A recession?
Yeah.
It's just the follow up from all the stock markets, like with first of all, like with the war and everything, and Biden cashing out all this money and then saying we're not going to do anything, and then you got to take into account how China's just crashing like every other day. Usually when that happens, I've been just going with seasonality. Like historically, when that happens, I think it was like in 2018 or something like that. China fell, and the stock market followed it like a month after, like legit a month after. So that's what I was saying in the chat. Like April looks bullish just because how the charts are looking, but once May and June comes, like the summertime, it's over. It's up. We're going to
and
say again.
You're expecting market stabilization in the coming months?
Stabilization, like I'm expecting a mad volatility to continue. I don't expect stabilization until about fall, until about like October.
Are you also aware of the Fed's meeting concluding not too like a couple of days, setting the points at 25, or I'm sorry, the increase of the inflation rate?
Oh, for sure. I speak on the Fed all the time. I don't trust the Fed right now.
Oh, when do you trust the Fed?
Never.
But the reason I brought that point up is I feel like the markets are stabilizing at this point right now. It's almost as if everyone's kind of getting used to the fact that you're
saying everything's priced in.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's
increase. Companies are kind of understanding that this year, for this particular year, the beginning of this inflation hike, they're not going to be as profitable as far as revenue is concerned at the end of this year. Mm-hmm. So may not be increasing any more than they already are thanks to inflation. They're not going down either. So I don't know. I feel like the latest activity in this market is kind of indicating and showing.
You want to know what's indicating the activity? Motherfucking taxes. Happens every year.
Yeah.
People get their money. Pumps
taxes, the short-term PPP.
That's short term, right? Yeah. Motherfuckers need it right now. People out here hurting. But yeah, like you tend to see like March, April, they tend to end green and be bullish. And and then markets fully stabilize around the summer, like sideways trending until we get a bullish movement towards Christmas. But for the most part, I'm saying things are a bit weak. I mean, it's still all the same because it's the classic buy the rumor, sell the news, right? If you reverse that, I mean, you're selling the rumor and you're buying the news. On the day that they invaded, the market started to move. Lots of volatility. but for the most part, it was moving upwards. Lots of stocks or whatever, even crypto, breaking lots of zones, moving upward, lots of different yes, there were markets that were crashing. If you're not in the right sectors, of course you're going to lose out. But there were certain companies, specific sectors that make money because of war, right? So
Sure.
you have it's still all the same game per se, and also the my main thing is just on the crypto side, it needs to decouple from the stock market, but it's hard to do so because retail, like we have to understand there's two different players on these markets. You have the banks and then you have everybody else, right? You got the whales and then everybody else. So they're making moves, but the retail people are maybe fearful, right? And of course you have right now, because the banks and everything, they make the rules, they have the deep pockets to influence and move the markets per se. They will play on the emotions of the retail investor by doing various manipulation tactics, pumping and dumping, and they're earning on both sides, right? But we're in the grand scheme of things where we would be just moving sideways, right? We're right back in the same levels we were in January for Tesla, for example, right here, right? But in the meantime, we're doing this whipsaw, and 90, I would say 95% of investors don't know how to look at charts and stuff like that to really put into perspective what's going on or why it's happening or whatever. Most of them just tie into the fact that there's news and that there's lots of fear out there, right? And so those that be play into that. They make their money off of that, right? They get rich when it's in times of uncertainty, and they make the markets real volatile. But at the end of the day, again, all these investment vehicles, from doing options to trading cryptos to all of that, the same investment vehicles are available to us. We just have to be smart about it in terms of trading along with them or identifying the zones and such that they like to revisit, and making your play that way. But ultimately, I just think in the short term, it's a lot of things playing into this. You got people that are getting their tax returns and stuff, lots more money pumping out, but at the same time, people are forking out a lot more money for things too, goods, for gas, et cetera, et cetera. So in a sense, is this a way of stimulating the economy? Like, if you get what I mean, like, things are more expensive, you got to pay more money, these companies make more money.
NJ,
Yeah.
I got a real big question for you that I asked you about a week ago or so in the chat. Can you talk to me about U.S. Terra and Luna and Anchor Protocol, how all three of them link together, and talk to me about it from the day that the Ukrainian-Russian conflict started. So your chart view can start from February 22nd. Going can you look at that and explain what you have seen? Because from what I have seen, I was informed that when this Russian-Ukrainian conflict started and U.S. sanctions on Russia freeze banking assets, so citizens are not able to withdraw no more than 100,000 U.S. dollar equivalent Ukrainian money or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that people don't have access to their money and shit like that, blah, 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 blah. And it seems as though a lot of people who have, when I say people, whales who have up to about $500,000 in assets, because apparently that's where the staking starts to go down with Anchor Protocol. People are converting their assets to Terra, U.S. Terra, and trading it for Luna, and or converting it from Luna back to Terra, and then staking it using Terra Station, Anchor Protocol for that 19.7% APY.
Yep.
What's up? What do you think about this?
The main reason this exists, well, you just explained it. They needed it, right? But the reason this is happening with Terra is because Terra is literally the only true decentralized stable token. Not Terra itself, they're UST. So
That they do?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
The only stable token that they have access to in Ukraine and Russia or Europe over there? Because
Yes.
the only way for you to get it is to have KuCoin or fucking weird ass exchanges that are not decentralized.
Hold on. It's on. Do understand that there are also black markets.
Was that a question?
No, I was just stating like there's also black markets for these cryptos, but this is you can mint this token as well. Let's go to their website.
Yeah, by exchanging it for Luna or burning it for Luna. Is the term burn is the same thing as convert. So you can mint U.S. Terra by converting Luna to it or swapping Luna for it.
Correct. And also, Binance don't give a fuck. So that's that.
Well, yeah, it's on Binance and KuCoin and shit. That's not like available here, or it is. It's just that I don't know. I didn't know how to get access to Terra because I found out about this action 1 month afterwards. So I found out about this.
Wait, hold on.
Days ago, but February 22nd. So now it's
more so. Are you asking more so? How were they in Ukraine able to make this play, or are you asking how can you?
I would like to join in this play, but I'm wondering about the feasibility of it based on the recent activity and what has cost it.
What
Does that make sense?
Maybe I'm missing what you're referring to and what they're doing. Right? They're just
So
using the ecosystem to make it happen.
So the recent activity from with Anchor going from $2 and some odd cents up to $6 and some odd cents and back down to like $3.50 or whatever, which is still a 20-30% increase from where it was a month ago. I guess I'm asking, are you bullish or not on Anchor Protocol? I guess because that seems like
that's all you have to ask. Yes, I'm one of those that are staking right now for that 19 point whatever percent.
I bet you.
Yeah, like I said, this is so. For example, like I said, Terra created the only true decentralized stable token, which is the UST, because you can deposit, collaterals into it, similar to like how what's the name of that damn protocol? Other protocols do this too, but they're centralized. Terra is the only one that's decentralized where anyone anywhere in the world can deposit into the vault and be able to mint some UST. With that UST, you go ahead and deposit on that Anchor platform to earn your extra percentages. Now, you do run the risk of impermanent loss or being able or liquidated if the price runs down on things, but you're staking a stable token. So people are able to do just like how you DeFi with anything else, right? And they have the different collaterals and such, and it's growing because shoot, when I first started, this wasn't even available. But these people are now able to put their money into this decentralized protocol, avoid all the sanctions and such, still earn way better percentages than they would in their banks, and kind of protect their money in a decentralized way where it's not tied to themselves and sanctions, things of that nature. So yeah, you can do all of this. You earn that 19.4%. You can borrow against your collateral. And of course, yeah, I see they have this B assets, but and the last thing too, just by having all this with Terra Station and all of that, you're able to claim any and all airdrops on that protocol that come through. So that's more money too that you're getting. So overall, yeah, I am bullish on this protocol and project. Mainly because of a lot of things that are surrounding stable tokens like USDT in the US. Regulators don't like that shit. Like you're basically creating a digital dollar, and they're not getting a piece of the pie in a sense. So yes, it's supposed to be backed by other assets and things of that nature, but this here doesn't have a centralized like type of company or protocol that's taking in or housing those assets. It's the program itself that's doing all of that. And you as an investor can put up collateral, earn percentages, borrow against it, things of that nature. And yeah, about $5 billion worth of
Basically, Anchor is the best kind of savings account for your crypto at the moment right now.
yeah, for sure. Because it's yes, you have all those other protocols that give you those extra high fucking percentages, right? But
Right.
not sustainable because once the price of the asset starts to fall, like we saw with a lot of projects from OWN to a whole bunch of them. All the
Like VVS.
huh? Which one?
Like VVS.
Oh, I wasn't in that one, but yes, I did hear about that and yeah, they're all the same because it's not sustainable. Once the price gets to a certain level, and most people would borrow against it, stuff like that. Once the price gets to a certain level, you start to get liquidated, right? Once lots of liquidations start to happen, even if you didn't borrow against your asset, you can't earn your 300,000% if on the other side the protocol is not pulling in if people are not paying their loans, their outstanding loans, right? So once those outstanding loans start getting defaulted on, and they lose out on their crypto, people get mad, and then those that are only staking for the percentages or whatever, they're no longer able to earn because there's nobody borrowing from the protocol for them to be able to earn. So it becomes very, it
So I got
becomes very passive. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. So I appreciate that. That's a really good explanation. I really appreciate you giving me your opinion on that. Now, I guess my final question is, could you show or demonstrate how you use your Terra station, or how do you get how to I have my MetaMask, dude. So basically, bro, I have my MetaMask set up with both the Ethereum mainnet, the Polygon, Chronos, all the mainnets and stuff. So basically, I'm basically mining my Ethereum. I want to figure out how to get my Ethereum that I mine and convert that over to basically my
Your Terra to then
Terra,
put the Terra station.
right. I'm just ordered a Ledger, and yes, I'm using my Ledger to transport, I guess, but I just don't know any other way to do it.
Okay. Um, I will have to set up another Terra station because my Terra station up here is connected to my Ledger, and I'm not near it at the moment. So I could do a call this evening if you're available.
Yeah, if you want to do that this evening, yeah, I don't want to take up all your time, but I definitely want to like understand that because
Yeah, I'll set up a new one, load up some money on it, and then we'll go through the whole process. I'll even record it for people that aren't able to make it and might want to learn. But yeah, I'll break it all down for you, and you can even create your Terra station with your ledger to keep it all secure, like I stated.
um,
But
the
essentially,
mission is going to be useless.
my bad, you're breaking up whenever you talk.
Sorry, the Terra Station wallet that I already created is going to be useless at this point.
No, not necessarily. Did you create it with your?
I created it with my browser extension with my actual computer. I did not use my ledger yet. It's not here in the mail.
Oh, okay, I got you. No, it's not useless. It's totally fine. We could definitely start things with that as long as you have your key. You're fine. It's just much easier, using your ledger. So once you get it, you could certainly just create another one with your ledger and then transfer all your assets over. Or you could just keep it browser, which is
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that afternoon chat.
yeah, we'll definitely do that. I got a drone operation to run at 2 my time. So after that, let y'all know.
And then just a message on Discord.
Gotcha. But yeah, Anchor is definitely a great protocol to be in to do, um, earn other percentages. Oh, give me a second. Yes, just by having liquidity LP tokens, be able to, this is the government side of things, but you'll be able to stake other LP tokens like the Anchor U.S. LP for additional percentages. And what you'll have to do is basically stake both Anchor and UST into a pool. To earn the rewards and such. And you'll just see everything on your dashboard and everything. Okay. All right. Anything? Oh yeah. We ain't never go over XRP. Yeah, XRP is trash, bro. Make your money off of the hype that you're gonna get from them winning the lawsuit, and I need them to win that fucking lawsuit. The faith of crypto is relying on them motherfuckers winning that fucking lawsuit, although they were doing some dumb shit. So, all in all, again, the banks were bullish about the technology that XRP had, not the fucking XRP token itself. The Ripple Net product that they created was it didn't utilize the XRP token at all. And again, banks don't really fuck with other people like that. I mean, if you got a software, they might take a look at it and try to dissect it and go and create their own, hence CBDCs. But ultimately, like the Ripple Foundation themselves, they were making money. The Ripple token holders were not, because I mean the token itself was not being utilized for the majority of the business that they were getting with these banks and partnerships and all of that. It used Ripple Net. Ripple Net is the software, not Ripple XRP token. The XRP token was barely even mentioned in the fucking Ripple Net documentation. So how can I get a piece of the pie if the piece that I'm allowed to purchase doesn't even, directly correlate to the money coming into that company? And the other thing too is just more so look at the trading. Let's just think about this fundamentally. If I'm using this as a medium of exchange as a bank, first of all, I don't want that price to be volatile. I would want it to be a stable token because by the time I send my shit over or they convert it over, like it'll be a different value. And yeah, for small amounts of money, it's not really a difference. But if you're talking billions and trillions of dollars, one small price movement could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars that are lost just on transfer, regardless of how fast it is. You still got to take into account the human that got to convert it or whatever has to convert it to the local currency that is being sent to or whatever, right? So that's one. The other thing too is just more so how much volume and liquidity are actually in these corridors. If I want to send money to Sri Lanka, how much volume is actually happening in Sri Lankan exchange or whatever to be able to satisfy my exchange to the local currency, or even in Mexico. I think one time we looked up in Mexico, it was like $3 million of trading volume between XRP and the Mexican peso. $3 million. That's it. Not even one transaction for a bank. So, like, for me as an investor, why would I get the XRP token? At the very least, if Ripple was a public company, I would rather buy their stock than their fucking token. The token isn't used for shit. Not to mention how much their founders and investors are selling every fucking month and dumping that XRP. And the fucking price been at, like, with everything, even with this last pump, right? Everything done went back and exceeded their motherfucking all-time highs.
Can I
XRP,
throw in a point of information?
huh?
Can I throw in a point of information?
Go ahead.
Robert Rules of Order. I like it.
Hey, yeah, fraternity man. Listen, XRP is essentially Ripple, the company. It's their experiment. It's them demonstrating how supposedly Ripple will replace the SWIFT network. So banks and people and institutions and such who have bought XRP are merely experimenting with it and demonstrating and using it to show how it works. So the people who are kind of buying it in the market right now, you have a piece of the Ripple, the product that will supposedly replace the SWIFT network, and you can use it and send it to and from your friends to show each other how it works. Essentially, that's all the purpose of XRP is on the exchanges are right now, honestly. So, after having done some deeper digging, that after Henzé said all these things, I wholeheartely agree with Henzé that the XRP token is useless. It's no more useful than showing you and someone else how it works, getting them ready to purchase stock in Ripple's IPO when this SEC lawsuit is done. Of course, we all want the SEC lawsuit to win, but we want Ripple to win, but that's essentially that point of information I wanted you all to know. XRP is merely you buying it, testing it, take it for a test drive.
Yep. Well said. There's other tokens that I could, take for a test drive. I could use XLM.
Yeah, this man don't like XRP at all.
Listen, don't have to make you.
That
was hella bullish on XRP. I love the product itself, but if you're still holding XRP right now, it's not a bad thing, because the news is what's, in my opinion, directly affecting this price action. So yeah, when the lawsuit is over and Ripple wins and the price goes up or whatever, I recommend, in my opinion, what I'm going to do is take a profit and cash out, because the token is still useless. I'm gonna take that money from what I get cashing out and actually buy Ripple stock with it.
There you go. I would rather do that. Like
There you go.
to actually make a move with this because I mean they could always pivot and do something else or get into some other sector of the market. I mean, there's a big push for green coins, right? I think there was a report I was reading that said that XRP is one of the greenest coins.
That's why you should not be hating XRP after what we just discussed, especially if you were bullish beforehand. Just continue to hold your bags and know that it's not invaluable.
Contrary to popular belief.
This guy.
And the thing is, right? I was about to get into XRP. I set a target for 11 cents. 11 cents, right? Because I saw this peak. It was down here. This bitch came down to 17 cents and then reversed. Nope. It's all right for me. I did help like one of my boys, his father wanted to get in and shit. So I helped him out. He got in at like 12 cents or whatever. So he's still sitting up nicely. And I told him, like, yo, take your profits along the way. He took his first little profits at around $2 or so. I guess on the exchange he was at, yeah, it was higher. But he took his profit at like $2 or so. And I was like, that's what's up. I'm never opposed to people making money off of this shit. And like I said, the hype off of them winning is going to hopefully propel the price back past its all-time high for some people. But be very smart because do you understand? Like, Ripple Foundation still hold the bag too. They're gonna, cash out themselves and go.
And then the people who bought in at 3 something right before it took a dive are gonna cash out when their bags get even too.
Because the motherfuckers been waiting for like 3
for like the longest.
So people are just kind of waiting to get a breather off this thing. So it's going to be pretty volatile. Now I will say this is fun to scalp trade. I used to scalp trade XRP a lot because this shit is so volatile and move around. Like I'll scalp it and there was such high margins on this motherfucker. So I made some money off of this shit. But and technically I still have 20 XRP tokens. Because of some fucking because in their code, like XRP, like if you send XRP to an account and created an account, you have to leave minimum 20 XRP in that account. Like you can't transfer it out.
Interesting.
Kind of bullshit. Like that shit, yeah. So no. I'm good. And so that was another thing. Now I'm like, okay, would that happen too if your banks were using it? Like they have to keep minimum 20 XRP in there. Yeah, that's not a lot, but it's like, what the fuck? It's my money and I want it now.
It's like you have to have a certain balance in order to maintain a bank account. So it's kind of similar to that, I suppose.
Nah, there's hella people with 0 in their bank account, and that shit's still open.
Facts. What's up with this that SPY and Tesla chart? You was on it, then left.
You mad? Like, damn, this is a crypto call. You always want to talk stocks, nigga. So
What's the chat called?
I don't give a fuck about that chat, nigga. What is this call called, bro? Like,
It's called whatever I wanted to be called.
You could be off the call. Fuck you mean? Like, let's talk crypto.
Okay, all right.
Let's look at this manipulated ass shit. Like, look at this. How can I even chart this fucking flag pole? Oh my god! Right.
Was that a month view that you just went from?
The monthly look horrible. The daily look straight.
Yeah. Oh fuck!
The monthly's gonna pull back down like 390.
What
This
happened on that day?
was 2020.
I know, but what happened on that day?
COVID.
COVID, baby.
Oh, I'm retarded.
Like, what? He's like, what happened? Like, bro, everything happened.
I'm sorry. 2020.
Wait.
I just hit a bolt.
Kobe died a week before. Like, damn. R.I.P. to the mom. Anyway. Yeah, bro. Like, when is this? Because here's the funny thing that I always look at. This was 2008. Look how long it took to get back even. This was 2020. It was like 2 months later, we're back even. Like the amount of money that was printed from here to now, fucking crazy. But all right, let's take a look at the daily, see how things looking. All right. So I've been told you to be bearish since up here. So we've been bearish and we got down to our zones as expected, right? We took the bounce. It's 420 area. Shot up. Now we're at our resistance here, right? Now, don't be surprised if we shoot up to the 618 and get rejected there, because look at how it ties into all of the other touches, right? Even close to here, for reversal rejection areas, and also it's a target, right? 618 to 618. Don't be surprised if that happened. But this is our immediate resistance now. It's 445 to 445 range. We may see us get above here and retest it a bit. But again, like, I gotta see how next week looks and comes out. Lots of news coming out, but things look and feel bullish just based off of what I see right now, not necessarily taking into account what's actually happening in the world. It just looks a little bit bullish. Volume wise, not great, but not bad. Right. So my thing is, let's wait to see how we open if we get rejected here. If we do get rejected here, I can safely say we will definitely bounce from this 430 range, 430 to 435 range. Looks like it's a bunch of liquidity around here. So this, yeah, we look a bit bullish, a little bit bullish. We're still in a downtrend though.
That's what I was thinking. But my real main concerns right now, because I don't really care about Tesla. That's just going to do its thing. PayPal and Facebook looking like damn near exactly the same right now when you pull them up.
So yeah, we have this downtrend, so we could retest here and continue up, like we
That's
said.
the higher lows we talked about.
Yeah, so like this is a lower low type of trend here. It's more so like this. So if we get rejected here, like I was saying, we could rebound off the 6.6 and 618. That's also the same. Like all of these patterns are the same because this was the same thing I was looking at with Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? If we reject right now, we fall down to that 6.6 area, which is also the top of the trend for this lower highs trend. And let's see where the EMAs are. Well, it's a little bit higher on the EMAs because we're Bitcoin and such, they were around here. But let's see if we can get above this, if we can break through, because again, I said those EMAs and such do act as support and resistance as well. And right now we're kind of at that 128 resistance, but we did break above. I'm gonna try to zoom in a bit so I can see better. price broke above that white line you see is the 200. The green one is the 50. Yellow is a 128. We could see a possible reversal here and could just get things back moving green. But it looks a little bullish here. We may get a short-term rejection based off of how things open. Target 457 does look valid. They might even touch 460 before we see a possible reversal. That reversal could just come down to the top of this zone here. We have lots of liquidity here. If we stay bullish, then we continue on. That's that 445 range. So yeah, around where we're at now. Touch 460, come back down to 445. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. What was the other stocks you were saying?
PayPal and Facebook.
PayPal and Facebook. I bet. And what's good, everybody else that popped in? You're always welcome to unmute yourselves. Chop it up.
So nobody want to talk to you.
You better becoming real disrespectful on these calls, my boy.
Man,
I know how much
we
time
can go back to crypto for real, for real.
It be your own family.
Facts.
It be your own family.
Yo, pay God damn.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
What's going on?
It looks terrible. Yo, it's good, bro.
Doesn't look so good.
Yo, let's see. PayPal. Nah, this max right now. Hold on. Oh, it's already 10:41. Gotta be out in a little bit. So we got a gap, so we're definitely gonna fill that up. About 152. Did we create a gap? Or a gap? Oh no. That's so dumb. Well, I hate stocks. Not really though.
These PayPal, Facebook gonna be the money makers.
Bro, I'll just stick to ETFs and then go back to crypto.
Soon come.
What?
Zay, you ever watched the show called Billions on Amazon or Showtime?
Of course I do.
No, I be seeing that, John.
Of course I do. Like,
every fucking one of y'all need to watch Billions.
My spirit animal.
What? You said Axelrod's your spirit animal?
That motherfucker do some dumb shit, bro. Nah.
It's on Amazon Prime. If y'all want to know, it's all about trading, and it's really good.
You get to really see what motherfuckers taking perspectives and how it breaks the world. I mean, this shit
like shows that people are like rich as fuck, and you get to see their lifestyle.
Yeah, it's just gonna retest 163, build this gap along the way. It's already been making its move. You can still take the percentages though. We have rising volume, which is good. So yeah, this is definitely bullish. We're definitely touching 163 minimum, 38% returns. Even at the very, very least, we're filling this gap in, and that's 28%. So do as you please, my boy. Make some cheese. Yeah. Damn, look at this volume candle here. Who did that? Was it you? Was it you, Reek?
What about me? What I do?
See that volume right there?
Yeah.
This nigga like you. I did that.
Yeah, no, trust me. I checked these joints out. I was saying it the other day when I threw them in the chat. But I just needed to, you know what I mean?
It was
Overlook my analysis.
I did this. So now yeah, this shit about to bust. 163 target. You know, you can
I
put a
see that. I see that 163 target in the next couple of weeks, to be honest.
see, you always doing these long ass time frames. Maybe it does take that
That's
long.
just because the thing when you trade options, you got to do long time frames. So somebody's gonna hear this, see the analysis, right? Say it's bullish, buy a weekly, and then get clapped. That contract gonna expire, and then like no, off one pullback, you're gonna get squeezed at your trade. You're gonna be like, oh snap, I lost like $200 or 40% of my investment. Let me
Damn.
pull out, and then
You
when you pull
talking
out,
from experience. God damn it.
that's when it's gonna go back. So you get a long-term contract that's cheap, out the money, and hit your price point. It may hit it in like 2 days, then you be up.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I say like for people in the chat, I say like a couple weeks. But it really, for these stocks right here, like how they move, they can really run up. Because if you look at the SPY, you look at Tesla, like all those big, well, of course SPY, but like Tesla, Apple, all those big names, and their premiums are so high buying contracts. Retailers not gonna want to buy those contracts. They're gonna look at something else that's a big stock, that's a big name, but the contracts are cheaper. And so that's when they go to like, PayPal, Facebook, anything running up, Mew, stuff like that.
Possibly hourly. And it already happened on the 30.
And I'm telling PayPal, when you go to Facebook, it's gonna look damn near exactly the same.
Shit, off the 15 minute, if you caught that entry, that would have been at around $100. So yeah, get some contracts. Look at meta platforms.
Yeah, you gotta type M instead of F now.
Yep. I didn't realize I had that shit to do before I go in. Oh, fuck. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Bruh, people are racist as shit in Arkansas.
It's my home state, man. Who's
Huh?
talking about Arkansas?
Arkansas, they
From
definitely
Little Rock.
racist
That's my
out
home
there.
state.
You said that.
I went to HBCU in Little Rock.
Pine Bluff?
No, Arkansas Baptist.
Maybe? Oh, Arkansas Baptist. Okay.
Pine Bluff is like like an hour some change away.
It's crazy. I both was involved in Arkansas in this shit.
Wait, who else was involved in Arkansas?
Bro, I live in Arkansas right now.
Until
Andrew, you live in Arkansas right now? Oh, that's right. Wait, you're in Fayetteville or something?
Yeah.
That's right. You gotta be close to Texas. That's right.
Man, I'm about to move too in Texas.
Yeah, man, it's extra racist in Arkansas.
Stop doing this shit.
That's where Jim Crow was born, son. I'm just kidding. But Jim Crow lives there.
The fuck?
Look the same a little bit, right?
No, I was talking about this news about Jim Crow being from Arkansas. The fuck?
Bro,
I thought I had a friend.
not that far from Harrison. You know Harrison, right?
I don't know what that is. I don't know nothing around here, son. I don't go outside. I
Grand Wizard or whatever. KKK. Hometown.
KK? Oh fuck no. See, this is why I need it. I need to get my fuck you money on so I can just buy a jet. Just fly over.
And Jay, you know I work in private jet charter, bro. You know how expensive that is?
Hence why I said I need to get my fuck you money.
You get a lot of fucking money
Exactly.
for a small jet.
Shit. It's all right. I'll work my way up to a 650.
Just so everybody know, I'm the private jet guy. I'm your jet charter guy.
What
Future reference in life.
a flight will run to, on average?
You gotta talk about which jet you want, man, my guy. We got a Citation CJ3. We got a Lear 45. The Learjet runs at $5,400 per hour to operate, $12,000 a month, and payments if it's not paid off. $68,000 a month in maintenance and just upkeep. And you got your regulatory certifications and stuff you got to keep up. You know, like you have your car registration, you got your plane registration with the FAA and shit like that, NTSB. And then let's just say me and Henze want to hop on the jet and go from Sanford Airport, which is where I'm based. We're gonna go to Miami. We're gonna fly from Sanford to Miami, right? When you just fly from one place to another, you don't just like get up and go. You got to select the FBO that you're gonna go to. The FBO is basically like a gas station for planes, and they're located at every fucking airport. So we're gonna go to Signature, right? Just to even show up in Miami, you got to pay $67 just to the county for the landing fee. You got to pay however much money it is for your plane. So for the Learjet, it's probably like $1,200 just for them to hook the little robot up to the front landing gear and to tow you into parking or put you in a hangar. A hangar is like $800 on top of that. Fucking, I mean, I could go on, but yeah, it's expensive.
Sounds like fuck you money. Anyway.
Yeah. Fuel is $7.87 a gallon for fucking Jet Fuel X. Add 9 cents a gallon to put some extra lead in there so you can fly at fucking fuel economy. You got 400-gallon tanks on both sides of your jet, so you got 800 gallons of usable fuel, and then 400 extra gallons of reserve. 1,200 gallon capacity at $8 a gallon. That's $10,000 just to fill up the jet to go from Sanford to Miami.
Put it on the Amex. So that, like, when I get the jet, I'm building a business around it, doing just what you're doing. You don't think bruh, I'm gonna call all y'all motherfuckers.
I'll manage it for you. That's what I do.
Yeah, you, BJ, like I have homies in every aspect of this aviation shit. Y'all, you think I ain't gonna use y'all motherfuckers? That's the whole point. We all could use the jet whenever, but we also gonna start the jet charting business to make the money back so the shit pays for itself, right? But at the end of the day, y'all skill sets and all that, hey, why work for the man? Work for yourself. And you still have your own private jet type shit.
Next summer, I'll have my FAA Part 119 certified, so I'll be qualified to be a director of ops.
Hey,
so let's go.
So there you go. And we got motherfuckers in ATC, we got motherfuckers in the towers, we got motherfuckers that fix the planes, and of course we have plenty of motherfuckers to fly them. So why not? Why not start our own charting business? And that's literally what I've been staking for since 2017 is for me to start a charting business because I hate flying. I fly a lot, but I hate that shit because people are so inconsiderate of other people. So fuck y'all. Anyway,
That don't
Facebook.
hurt my boy.
Anyway, Facebook target 288. That seems very valid. Closes the gap. Your 6.6 there. Liquidity. You know, but that's if we, again, everything relies on if we're bullish, you know, coming out the gates next week to continue pushing on this bullish sentiment here. Yeah, starting to get that above average volume like we were talking about. Facebook looks a little bit weaker than whatever we was looking at before.
PayPal.
Oh, PayPal, yeah, that's what we're doing. Looks a little bit weaker, but still in the same boat, per se. I mean, if one tech goes, usually they all go. So we'll see again. And the funny thing is, oh shit, gap's not filled till up here. 323. That's a huge ass fucking gap.
We've seen it done before.
That's a big ass gap. And yeah, like if you take it from after the gap, we were in this downtrend. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, just a little downtrend that recent price movements broke out of. We do have a little gap down here, but nothing major like this shit. So we could definitely possibly do a run up to up here. At the very least here. Well, more so here. I really think we will get into the box for sure. So that's between 30 to 50%, depending on how you want to take this. But that seems valid. All right. All right, motherfuckers. I'm hungry. I'm about to go get me some breakfast. And
That's how you close it out.
I've been on this list for like
I'm about to watch Godfather of Harlem.
Godfather of Harlem. Anyway,
Well, that was a nice meeting. Looking forward to the Terror Station talk maybe later or another time. Whenever you like to schedule that.
Zay, I'm gonna hit you later so I can send you what how I feel about what you call it, micron technology.
nigga, what?
I'm seeing my chart, bro.
What's micron technology?
MU.
Oh, okay.
They make satellites.
I thought it was like Omicron or something.
Micron Tech makes microchips and shit like that. Stuff for technology. Or I'm sorry, satellites used by the industry.
Sounds valid.
Yeah, y'all go watch Billions if you're bored.
It's free on Amazon Prime. I got my Amazon Prime. I just ain't got Showtime.
There's 6 seasons of it. The first 4 of them are on Amazon Prime.
But
I'll let y'all have it. I'll let you later, Henze. Y'all be good.
all right, Brody.
Yeah. Yeah, contrary to everything. See how all these look the same. We might have one more big dump. Because like things were breaking those. Things were breaking. Except for Room. Room been wilding. been lovely. This shit took off crazy. Son. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get off this. I'm gonna do another call tonight to just go for the terror station thing, and yeah, I'll drop a link on that and get y'all up. But y'all be easy and enjoy y'all Sunday. Peace.
Peace.